Samiya sat on a wooden stool outside her mother's small provision store in Kano, watching as the evening sun cast long shadows over the dusty streets. The smell of suya filled the air, blending with the distant sounds of traders calling out their wares. Life had been predictable in their quiet Christian home church on Sundays. Early morning devotions, and the unspoken rule that certain dreams were too big to chase. She had always dreamt of studying abroad, of seeing a world beyond the narrow streets of their neighborhood. But whenever she spoke of it, her mother would shake her head. Samiya, her mother sighed one evening, rolling out some masa on a tray. Abroad is not for people like us. Where do you expect us to find the money? Her father, a retired teacher, was even more dismissive. Instead of chasing pipe dreams, why not focus on getting a good job here? See your cousin Amina. She's doing well as a tailor. Samiya felt her dreams slipping away. If no one believed it was possible, maybe it wasn't. One morning, during her daily devotion, the memory verse for the day stood out. For with God nothing shall be impossible. Luke 1:37. The words resonated deeply within her. For the first time in months, she felt a flicker of hope. If I don't try, I will never know, she whispered to herself. She had just completed her undergraduate studies and wanted to pursue a master's degree. That evening, she opened a small second-hand laptop and began researching universities abroad. She didn't tell anyone, not her parents, not her friends. She knew what they would say. Samiya worked tirelessly. She applied to multiple schools, wrote essays late into the night, and searched for scholarships. Every application fee she paid came from a small savings from tutoring children in her area. Months later, as she sat under the dim light of a kerosene lantern, an email notification popped up on her screen. Her hands trembled as she clicked it open. Congratulations, you have been awarded a full scholarship to study at the University of Edinburgh. She gasped, covering her mouth with her hands. Tears welled in her eyes. The next morning, she gathered the courage to tell her parents. Mama, Baba, she began, her voice steady but nervous. I got a scholarship to study abroad. Her mother paused, the cup of zobo in her hand, shaking slightly. Scholarship? Her father frowned. Who will sponsor your flight, your accommodation? The scholarship covers everything, Samiya explained. Tuition, housing, even a monthly stipend. Silence. Then, to her shock, her mother's eyes glistened with unshed tears. You did this on your own? Samiya nodded. Her father leaned back in his chair, staring at her as if seeing her for the first time. You are truly your grandfather's child. He always believed in education. That evening, as the family gathered for their usual prayer time, her father held her hands tightly and prayed, Ya Bangiji, you have done what we thought was impossible. Bless our daughter as she steps into this new journey. As she boarded the plane weeks later, she looked out the window, thinking about how much had changed. Her family, once doubtful, now sent her off with pride. She realized something powerful, that sometimes all it takes is one person to break barriers, to show others that the impossible can be done. Her story was not just hers anymore. It was for every young Nigerian girl who dared to dream beyond limitations.